People always think it's those that treat them well that are their friends. Most times, you pick true friends after a denier like Peter. The Bible says faithful is the blow of a friend than the kiss of an enemy. When you look at your Bible, you discover that most people find themselves in same situation or same condition but different response. That's how you choose friend. If there's fire under these two people's foot, they are in same condition, same situation. You check their reaction to choose friends. If when his feet is hot, then he stab you because he's hot, or he rejects you, then this one, his feet is hot, and yet he's still holding on to you. This is your friend. So you choose friends from how they react. Same condition, different reaction. If you read your Bible, you find out that a lot of people found themselves in the same condition but different reaction. First of all, you see Ruth and Orpah. They were daughter-in-laws of Naomi. And they said to her, surely we will not return to your people. But Naomi said, turn back, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are there still sons in my womb? Continue. Turn back, my daughter, go. I'm too old. Then they lifted up their voices and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clung to her. Same situation, same condition, different reaction. Verse 15. And she said, look, your sister-in-law has gone back to her people, to her God. Return after your sister-in-law. But Ruth said, entreat me not to leave you or to turn back from following after you. For wherever you go, I will go. Wherever you lodge, I will lodge. Your people shall be my people. Your God shall be my God. Where you die, I will die, and will be buried. The Lord do so to me and more also, if anything but death part me and you. This is friendship. So the relationship grew from mother-in-law to daughter-in-law to friendship. You discover true friends in persecution, in trial, in temptations, not in celebration and in feast. You went to a party, you saw somebody dancing, you went to a club drinking and you share a bottle of beer, you say, this is my friend. You went to a tavern, they give you free drink, you say, this is my friend. Judas and Peter, same condition, different reaction. One thing you must know about Judas and Peter is, number one, Jesus predicted their betrayal and denial. Judas, you will betray. Peter, you will deny. Both of them were his friends. Friendship is a soul tie relationship. When you're talking about friendship, it is soul tie. You must understand that. In the book of 1 Samuel 18 from verse 1. Now, when he had finished speaking to Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Saul took him that day and would not let him go home to his father's house anymore. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul. You see that? So your friend, you perhaps soul tie. Your friend is an embodiment of your soul. People might not be able to see your soul, but if they see your friend, they have seen your soul. Your friend is your living soul in body. People always say, marry your friend. You can't marry your friend. Instead, you marry someone and make them your friend. Then the second one you must get, the second point, is that true friends is beyond time. It is eternal. True friend is not limited with time. It is eternal. Number 3, true friendship is a pearl of great price and is an unlimited sacrifice. It outlives death. So friendship is stronger than death. Some people are your friends now. When you go, when you die, your children, your wife becomes their enemy. When you have a true friend, even if you pass away, they will be living like you to your family. Your family will not even notice that you departed. Friendship is stronger than blood. They say blood is thicker than water. Friendship is thicker than blood. Not he's my son, he's my daughter, he's my uncle, he's my pastor, he's my father in the Lord. No, he's my friend. In Isaiah 41 from verse 8, he say, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. God have relationship with many people. Some people, he relate to them as servants. Some relate to them as children. Some relate to them as sons. But those that God have taken personal, he relate to them as friend. And when God have made you his friend, he will not hide anything from you. Genesis 18 from verse 17. God asks a question. And the Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am doing? You don't hide anything from a friend. Not from your wife. I didn't say your wife. I didn't say your husband. I didn't say your children. I say your friend. You don't hide anything from a friend. Even God himself does not hide anything from friends. Judas betrayed Jesus. He sold his friendship for money. So when Solomon wrote, faithful is the wound of a friend than the kiss of an enemy. He's talking about Judas and Peter. So Peter denying Jesus, wounded Jesus, but Judas kissing Jesus killed him. Proverbs 27:6. Faithful are the wound of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Like I say, sometimes you pick friends from pain. Sometimes your friend wound you. Somebody lied against you. Now say, no, you are my enemy. No, sometimes those people are your friends. Later, the relationship will grow. Yes. So sometimes situation reveals your friends. They might react bad at that moment, but if you look beyond that moment, they'll become your friends. So if only God is your friend, you will suffer in this life. This is a word of men. Yes. I don't care about anybody. The only person I care about is God. I don't care about men. You will suffer. You will live in desert. You know, a desert life, it doesn't mean you are living in the bush. A desert life means no favor, no kindness. Nobody is helping you. But you are very fireful with God. God knows you, yes. In heaven, there's a place for you. But on earth, no place for you. Many people are suffering because they don't have friends. They don't have good relationship with men. The Bible said in the book of Luke 1 from verse 80, the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, but he was in the desert. That's called John the Baptist. He was not with people. He grew in the spirit. So the child grew and became strong in spirit. Yes, in the spiritual realm, they know him, they respect him, and was in the desert till the day of his manifestation to Israel. But see Jesus in Luke 2:52. He said, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and men. So that was why Jesus had the gift of men. When he died, he found somebody that provided a tomb for him, Joseph of Arimathea. His disciples were standing. They carried his body. Even when he was dead, the women went to clean him. If you have relationship with only God, when you die on earth, your family will suffer. So in this life you are living now, invest in making good friends, true friends. Invest, because friendship is an investment. The greatest investment is friendship. It will outlive you. Luke 23 from verse 39. This is two people in same condition now, same situation, different reaction. Then one of the criminal who were hanged blasphemed him, saying, if you are the Christ, save yourself and us. They were in pain. You know, when they nail you in the cross, sun is eating you, blood is dripping, you are dying. It says God will only know you are his friend when you are going through trials and temptation. When you are on the cross with Jesus, every pain you are going through as a believer, Jesus is going through it with you. Just as it's with the cross, with these thieves. He was on the cross with both of them. And that one blasphemed. Say, if you are the Christ, save me now and save yourself. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, do not even fear God, seeing you are under the same condemnation. Indeed, justly, for we receive the due reward of our deed. But this man has done nothing wrong. Then he said to Jesus, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And Jesus said to him, as surely I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. He became a friend instantly there. Although he has been a thief, just one word he said, under condition, under pressure, under trial, he said the right word. God is always watching what you will say in pain. When you are in pain, listen, people really show who they are in pain, not in joy. When they are in pain, they show you who they are. When you are still doing well, they are your fans. John 15 from verse 14. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you. No longer do I call you servant. You see, God relates to some people as servant. No longer do I call you servant. For a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You see, you don't hide anything from a friend. Everything I heard from my Father, I have told you. That's what he's saying. I will advise you, like I told you earlier, grow your relationship with your spouse. From my wife, my husband, my honey, my butter, my sugar, my beer, my wine, my tomatoes, my bitter leaf, to my friend. Songs of Solomon 5 from verse 1. I have come to my garden. This is somebody now talking about his wife. My garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my might with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. Oh, I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, oh friends. Drink, yes, drink deeply, oh beloved ones. This is relationship he's talking about. So you can say your wife or your husband is your garden, or they can be your sister or brother. They can be my spouse. It can be my spice, my honeycomb, my honey, my milk, my wine, my beloved one. My friend is the highest. If your husband is calling you honey, my spice, and he has not seen you as a friend, the relationship will still spoil. Free end, mean it does not end. Free end, forever to the end. So we must work out the relationship, the friendship with God and with men. When you study the life of David had two friends. One is Ahithophel, the other one is Uche. They were his counselors. There was a place in the Psalms where David was lamenting. He said, my friend, we share sweet fellowship together. He was talking about Ahithophel. He was his counselor. When David was in trouble, when his son drove him away from his throne, in 2 Samuel 15 from verse 32. Now it happened when David had come to the top of the mountain where he worshipped, there was Uche the Eshite coming to meet him with his robe torn and dust on his head. This is true friend. When you are in trouble, you know your true friend. And someone told David saying, Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. And David said, Oh Lord, I pray, turn the counsel of Ahithophel to foolishness. Now both of them were his counselors. Uche was his counselor, Ahithophel was his counselor. The day David was betrayed, Ahithophel went to join David's betrayer. But Uche put sand on his head and was crying with David. What you are looking for in your life is with somebody. Call a friend. God does not bless you except through a friend. Check your life today. You will know that somebody played part to where you are. Verse 33. David said to him, he said, if you go with me, then you will become a burden to me. He said, but if you return to the city and say to Absalom, I will be your servant, O king, as I was with your father's servant previous, so I will now also be your servant. Then you may defeat the counsel of Ahithophel. And do you not have Zadok and Abiathar the priest with you there? Therefore it will be that whatever you hear from the king's house, you shall tell Zadok and Abiathar the priests. Indeed, they have there with them their two sons. He said, so Uche, David's friend, went into the city, and Absalom came into Jerusalem. Now, when David was conspired against, David said, you go inside, don't follow me, so that whatever you are hearing from Absalom, his plan, his tactics, you can be telling me. So your friend should be ready to risk his life for you. That is a risk. Going to Absalom to pretend as if you are with him, just to get information from him and be telling David, it's already a risk. If you are caught, they will kill you. You are like a spy. If you yourself discover that somebody close to you is a spy, how do you treat them? Once king find a spy among them, they behead that person very fast. That's what this man said. He's ready to take this risk for his friend. In 2 Samuel 16:16, he went back. And so it was when Uche the Eshite, David's friend, came to Absalom, that Uche said to Absalom, long live the king, long live the king. So Absalom said to Uche, is this your loyalty to your friend? What a question. Is this how you are loyal to your friend? Are you a friend of benefit? Are you his friend because he was on the throne? Now he's not on the throne, now you are saying long live. So he's even teaching you that true friendship has loyalty in it. Loyalty is a sign of true friendship. Loyalty. If you are cheating on your wife, you are not a friend. If you are cheating on your husband, you are not his friend. Loyalty is the sign of friendship. How you hold up your integrity. Because of her, I'm supposed to cheat because of my wife. I can't do it. I'm supposed to cheat. I love my husband too much. He's my friend. That's all loyalty is. Is this your loyalty to your friend? Why did you not go with your friend? Wherever you are, that's where your friend should be. If you are in the palace, your friend should be in the palace. If you are in the pit, your friend should be in the pit with you. And Uche said to Absalom, no, but whom the Lord and these people, all the men of Israel choose, his will I be, and with him will I remain. Furthermore, whom should I serve? Should I not serve in the presence of his son? As I have served in your father's presence, so will I be in your presence. Then Absalom said to Ahithophel, give advice as to what we should do. And Ahithophel said to Absalom, go into your father's concubine, meaning sleep with your father's wives. This Ahithophel was David's friend. You know, there are people that call themselves your friend now. When you are married, you have friends. You are going through a lot. They will not come. You go through pain. You can even not have food to eat. Somebody gets sick, die. You will not see that person and he's your friend. It's when the man died, then his friend will now come to his wife and said, I'm your husband, good friend. What do you want me to do for this burial? How much do you need for his burial? Then after, you now say, I have been loving you since your husband was around. It's just that he has been there, so I couldn't speak. But now that he's not around again, what can we do about it? They are waiting for the day you die for them to inherit what you have. Take what you have. They are just there waiting, and they are ready to wait for many years. He said, and Ahithophel said to Absalom, go into your father's concubine whom he has left to keep the house, and all Israel will hear that you have harbored your father. Then the hand of all who are with you will be strong, because you have defied your father's. He said, so they pitched a tent for Absalom on the top of the house where everybody can see. And Absalom went into his father's concubine in the sight of all Israel. Now the advice of Ahithophel, which he gave in those days, was as if one has inquired at the oracle of God. So it was all the advice of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom. So he was the one advising David when David was the king, and he's the same one now advising David's son when they were fighting against David. Double-edged sword. Those are friends. Some friends are double-edged. They talk good to you at your front, and they are the same one that finish you at your back. 2 Samuel 17 from verse 14. When Ahithophel gave an advice again on how they should kill David, this Uche came. So Absalom and all the men of Israel said, the advice of Uche the Eshite is better than the advice of Ahithophel. For the Lord has proposed to defeat the good advice of Ahithophel, to the intent that the Lord might bring disaster to Absalom. Then Uche said to Zadok and Abiathar the priest, thus and so Ahithophel advised Absalom and the elders of Israel, and thus so I have advised. So the advice Uche gave, that one David sent, that his friend is sent as a spy. That was the advice that countered the advice of Ahithophel. And that's how Absalom fell. So your friend should be able to take that risk for you and save you. Is it this man, Uche? His name is not mentioned a lot, but he saved David's throne back. The only reason David returned back to his throne was because this is his friend. Distance does not separate friends. That your friend is in US, you are in Malawi. It doesn't separate friends. Even distance makes friends stronger. What can separate us from the love of Christ? And remember, they say nothing can separate us. Meaning, the more you are going through pain with your friend, the more the love is getting stronger. If your wife has become your friend or your husband, the more you are fighting, the more you are quarreling, the more you are having disagreement. In all these things, we are more than conquerors through Christ who loves us, through your spouse that love you. Trials, persecution, temptation make friends stronger. It strengthens the bond of friendship. If you look at your wife today and say, once you try this, we'll separate, it's not your friend. As far as you are living in this life on earth, you are giving birth to children. You love your children, you love your wife, and you love yourself. Gift you should be praying to God every day is the gift of friend. While you are sitting, while you wake up every day, as you are going out, Father, give me true friends. One true friend can change your destiny in a moment, in a twinkle of an eye. Be your brother's keeper. Be kind to people, but choose friends. The Bible says the righteous must choose his friend wisely. Friends are choose friend. You can't choose who is your father. You can't choose who is your mother. You can't choose who is your auntie, but you choose friend. So if truly we really choose husband and wife, then meaning the first friend should be your wife or your husband. A brother can kill a brother, but a friend don't kill. It is Cain that kill Abel. True friends don't kill, they protect. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous should choose his friend carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. If you have a friend that don't love his wife, you won't love your wife. If you have a friend that's always beating his wife, you will beat your wife one day. So any friend that is always giving you, just want you to depend on him, is not your friend. True friendship is helping someone to be empowered, not helping someone to depend on you. Make friend with God. Make friend with your wife. Make friend with good friends. And make friend with money. So God is our number one true friend. The righteous should choose his friends wisely.